and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is DramaSydE for DramaSydE TV. We get back now into some Ren. This is Suicide.
Through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, I can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Sick boy, bitten by a tech boy. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armour. Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sega, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plaster cast. The truth is that the day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find that anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd, fuck.
Wow. Wow. There's a lot of different directions that I could go in. But the video and the song is simple and plain. I'm going to tell you visually what I saw before I get to the end rhyme that the great Ren has just given us, or for those of you who have been on the journey a little longer than I have, that's been out there. So visually, I'm looking at this video and I see abstract art. And we tend to look at people, one person's vision of another person is different than another. I'm sure we can all agree. That's why there's some people who love people and there's some people who dislike people or whatever. So everybody has different tastes, different strokes for different folks. But as I'm watching this video and I'm watching the artistic element of the way it is filmed in a cartoonish and like I said, abstract. If anybody who is really familiar with art knows what I'm saying in terms of the abstract coloring and the movement of the video. The bounce of the song shows us going daily about our lives, not expecting the unexpected. We never expect to get that phone call. We never want to have knowledge that someone close to us or someone we loved or someone we rode up and down these roads with is no longer with us. We may know of pain, but we may not have the understanding or the capabilities to know exactly what to do about it. We just see a person in pain and we feel sometimes we're enough to keep them here. But I do know in those moments where I felt like doing it, and even in my attempts, in those moments, you don't feel like anybody cares. You don't feel like anybody gives a damn. So I hate to keep alluding to the abstract mindset that this gave me, but if you look at the art and look at the way that this was done, we see what we see. Sometimes we take a blind eye to things. But life goes on until it doesn't. Happy-go-lucky, never thinking anything of this magnitude will transpire, because sometimes we think our individual love is enough. But sometimes there's things that people hide. Sometimes there's things that we're afraid to tell. We don't want to be perceived as weak. Not really fully understanding that it takes strength to admit that there's issues in your life that would take you to such a dramatic moment to make a final decision. And a lot of people say things about temporary problems don't make it permanent. That's easy for one to say who's not in that moment or living that. The person that's going through it doesn't feel like it's temporary at all. It's all they've ever known. They don't know how to deal with it. And sometimes talking will get you there for a while. I was going to therapy for a long time, and it was great up until that one question that everybody dreads. Well, how does that make you feel? I'm in your office right now. I have tears wider than the ocean streaming down my face. I'm shaking. I can't get a hold of myself, and you want to ask me how it makes me feel. And it takes me back to sometimes we see things, or sometimes we see things that we want to see, or take a blind eye to it. I chose to do something that I'm going to do later today as my healing place. I would have to tell you that over the last maybe 4-5 months, it's something I've thought about every day. But I can never leave my children. Regardless of whatever the outcome is or what the situation is with my older kids, my young child is my heart. And I have to fight. And I encourage each and every one of you out there who are going through this battle, this valley of indecision of whether or not you want to be here. I don't know each and every one of you guys individually. I've read comments, and there's so many that I haven't been able to answer them all yet, but I want to respond to each and every one of you because this is a serious situation. I would hate to think that somebody left me a comment and they were saying what my words to this great artist meant to them, as so many of you have said. And maybe I was somebody that you came to watch, and I made you feel in any kind of way that I didn't care about what you were telling me or what you were saying to me, that I was so caught up in my life to pay it forward, as so many of you have done for me. And then one of you guys not be here, and that would be traumatic for me if I ever found out about it. As easy as it is to sit in front of this mic, it is very hard when I hear the stories of so much pain out there. And all I can offer is a guy standing in front of a microphone trying to tell you that you are loved and you are cared for and you are valuable, and you would be sorely missed by the world because your story is not meant to be ended in this manner. Your story is meant to be told and finished and lived to a conclusion that can be talked about with beauty and grace and love. And that's not to say that somebody who takes their life won't be mentioned in that same vein. But I want you to stay here and create the memories that follow when you get past the bad times, that follow when you feel like everything else is lost, and then one day the sun shines for you again. And you too find your place of peace and tranquility and happiness. You leave before your time, you never know what could be or what might have been. And then you leave people like Ren and myself and so many of the Reniverse and the Renegades to mourn your loss, because we're all here trying to cope in this mad, crazy world. I encourage each and every one of you who are watching my video right now who feel that that is the only way out. I want you to make a commitment right now that as long as there's somebody here to do these videos and to talk back to you through this camera, that you'll meet me here. We'll meet together. And whatever the case may be, write me, email me. Let's talk about it. But let's get through it. This song is absolutely amazing because it doesn't start the way you think it's going to start. It starts off with just life going as it goes. People doing whatever it is that they do in their life to survive. You see the artists, somebody dropping money into their guitar case. You see people on a train. You see people just living their life, nobody knowing their pain. And then by the end of the video, you see the effect that it has on somebody that meant so much to someone, and maybe they didn't even really truly know it. Do not wait. Do not wait till somebody's gone to tell them that you love them. When you see them going through their struggles, when you see them down, you grab hold of them and you hold on tight and you tell them that you love them and that they're needed and they would be sorely missed if they weren't here anymore. Anybody that's feeling down, please reach out. Join me here. Let's do this together. Let's get through this, because I need you guys just as much as you need me. We need each other. Fight. Never quit. Fight. This is DramaSydE. Till next time. Thanks for watching.